Hello there. I'm in the backseat of Betsy. I've moved, as you can see. I'm facing the other way. Look, you can see that's where I would normally sit. So I've changed it up a bit, keeping it fresh. So today I am doing a little chat about how to have quality time with your kids, because it's one of the things that mums say to me the most, you know, after that I don't have enough time, or I'm stressed, or I'm overwhelmed. We've all been there. The next thing they say is that they want to have more quality time with their kids, and I completely get that, especially when you're working. You just feel that time with them is so precious. It's so precious. They grow up so quickly, and we want to make those minutes count, and I get that. Although I do think we can put a bit too much pressure on ourselves to make every minute count, which kind of makes it like, you know, at Christmas when you have a family get together and people start arguing, and the reason is because the expectation is so high to have this amazing time. We're all together. It's really important that we have a really good time because it's important, because it's Christmas. And I do find that happens a bit, I think, with parents wanting quality time with their children. They're so intense on it being super amazing, like the juiciest of times, that it puts that extra pressure on them. So bearing all that in mind, it is not about quantity, okay? You can have the most amazing time with your children in just a window, a small window. So please, if you're working full-time or you don't have much time at home with your kids, do not beat yourself up, because you don't have to be with them all the time to make it amazing. If I think back to my gran, she's not with us anymore, but I love my gran beyond words. And it wasn't that I spent loads of time with her, it was the time I spent with her. I knew that she was 100% there for me, and that's what it is. It's all about being present. It's not about going to Legoland or going on outings. Although outings are nice, it can just be being together. So I've got a few little notes here that I want to share with you. So the main thing is to be present. Okay, so if you're going to be with them, I used to do this. I would have Finn on the floor when he was a baby with a sort of toy. I had to sort of give him one of those, I don't know, soft books or something, and I'd be doing the ironing, and then he'd sort of grumble. So I'd switch the book for a tractor, and I'd carry on ironing. That is not quality time. I was deluding myself. I might have spent hours with him, but I wasn't with him. Quality time is about making eye contact, listening to them and being present, not thinking about whatever you've got to do the rest of the day. And if you have got a lot on your mind, then have boundaries, so that, you know, this is the time I am just going to focus on my planning, on my work, on my organising and all that. And then this time, proper ring fence, this time is for my kids, and I'm going to spend time just being with them. So listening. I mean, the amount of times I had to listen to all the Ben 10 characters, then it was all the Star Wars characters. At the moment it's Overwatch. But I just listen because they love it, they're interested in it, so therefore I want to show that I'm interested in them. And so I listen to all these ridiculous names, all these ridiculous characters, because I want them to know that what they're interested in, I'm interested in, because they're them. Okay, so listen, lots of eye contact. Repeat back what they're saying as well. You know, if a child comes to you and says, I'm feeling this, obviously don't dismiss it, say, why are you feeling this? It's all about just being really present. And another thing that I think builds on quality time is to be aware of their self-esteem. As parents, we are the people that build them up. They're going to go to school, and no matter how good the school is, there's going to be some teacher that's going to go, no, you got that wrong, and they're going to feel crushed. Or it could be in the playground, a friend's going to go, actually I don't really like you, or you're not my best friend anymore, and they're going to feel crushed. We are the people that are going to go building them up no matter what. We are their champions. So it's really, really important for us to build their self-esteem. So I've got 4 top tips for doing that. Firstly, tell them that you love them, no matter what. You know, even if they've been really naughty. And there's this great technique I heard in, and I read it in a 1 Minute Mother, I think it was. And she said, you know, when somebody does something, when a child does something that's not acceptable, you say, that's not acceptable because XYZ, I love you. You know, their behaviour is unacceptable, but you still love them, and it's really important that they know that, whether they've been good or whether they've been bad, you still love them. Smile when they enter the room, no matter what. So this is a kind of like a granny thing, isn't it? You know, if I walked into my grand's house and I was covered in mud, or if I'd spilt flour over the kitchen floor, she would always smile at me. And I think that's quite a tricky one sometimes for parents, because, you know, if they've messed up your house, you're like, argh! But if you can just smile no matter what, okay, you can say, oh, you've made a bit of a mess, or, you know, that's not good enough, or please can you tidy up, or whatever. But it's that smile, it's that non-judgmental, I love you no matter what. Like I said before, share their interests. Again, no matter what, no matter how mundane you find them or how random. Hey, oh, Becky's just said she's eating cake in Starbucks with her boy. That is quality time. Do you know, I used to have some of the best quality time on the school run, because we'd be sat in the car, sometimes we're sat in traffic, and you know that thing when you're sat next to someone not making eye contact, that is when people really open up. And sometimes my little boys say things that I don't think they would say if I was looking at them in the eye. You know, it's just, they come up with, hey mummy, you know this, does that really happen, or is that really true? And my final point for self-esteem and spending quality time with your kids is to share what's going on. And I can remember when I used to pick Finn up, I used to say, how was school? Fine. What did you do? Nothing. Okay. Every day. And I read somewhere that a really good way to change that is to say, when they say nothing, you say, well, I'll tell you about my day, and no matter how boring it is, just say, oh, I went to the shops, I did a bit of ironing, I did a bit of this, I had a call with a client, whatever it is. And you just kind of talk about your day, and you're just showing them that this is how it's done. And sooner or later, hopefully sooner, they will start joining in and say, well, actually, I did talk to George and we mucked around in playtime, or we played football or whatever. And I think that interaction, sharing what's going on, even if you think they're not really interested, it's just keeping that communication going, and that's key to having quality time. And hopefully that will stand you in good stead for those possibly tricky years of the teenagers. I don't know, I'm not there yet, but I really want to keep those channels of communication open. So I'm starting now with lots of chat. No matter what, I will talk about random things, I'll talk about Lego characters, whatever, just to keep that chat going. So I hope you've all found that useful. Tomorrow I will be doing the importance of self-care, which is the final step in the 5 steps to having it all. So I will see you tomorrow about 2 o'clock. Okay, take care everyone, bye.